Hello everyone, Rituro here, and this is my life in Silver League. My opponent today, a level 105 random Silver Leaguer by the name of J-Rome. We are on Catalina, a 3-player map. Now, I've heard people say that they don't like 3-player maps because they are just weird and asymmetrical, but I like them. They're that nice happy medium between a 2 and a 4-player map. I have no problems with a 3-player map. As you can see, we're both playing Terran. J-Rome's spawned on the top as the red Terran. I'm in the bottom right. Let's skip ahead to the good stuff. Pretty standard openings here, all things considered. Supply Depot opening for me, Supply Depot opening for... Oh, not a Supply Depot opening for J-Rome. There it is. He's going on the lower ground with his Supply Depot. Going for that lower ground wall off, trying to get that second base, that natural expansion. Not a bad idea from J-Rome. It is a larger area to wall off, though, so hopefully he's got something cool planned here. And he doesn't need to have the barracks going down as I continue to wall off the top side. There's the little pop down of the Supply Depot frame as I head off to scout to find where my opponent could be. As we get underway, I want to give a quick plug for the SS Radio Open hosted by Sinvicta. Currently recruiting entrants. If you are Gold League or under, head over. I will put the link in the description for this video. Click that link, sign up. The whole point is so for these non-pro people, gold and under, to get their chance to play in the tournament, have a great time, to show off that even us people, us lowly gold, silver, and bronze league people, can put on just as good a tournament as the pros. So by all means, check out that link in the description below this video. Check out the SS Radio Open. I mentioned that not just because it's a great idea for a tournament, but because I'm going to be one of the casters. Assuming everything goes as planned, I will be one of the casters for SS Radio Open number 5, so you get to hear me talk about all fun things StarCraft, and here's a fun thing, J-Rome's SCV is about to meet an unfun end. Not so fun for him, great fun for me, and sure enough, that scouting mission ends horribly for that SCV. So J-Rome knows where I am, and I have just found out where he is, and unfortunately this wall is not going to be completed in time. I'm going to get a free run up the gut. Thank you very much. I know he's got double racks on the way, which is great for me. I know he's got this orbital on the way with double gas. J-Rome going for the heavy early game macro here, and I'm going to get a free look at all of this before realizing, wait a minute, there's not a heck of a lot else here, is there? Very interesting. Meanwhile, back at home, seeing this, I go straight for the factory tech. I followed up with a engineering bay queued behind this. My 2 racks are also done. Reactor being added onto the back of this to get some Marines out the front door to guard this ramp. If I know he's got double racks, I know I can expect some early aggression. And sure enough, double reactor here for J-Rome. No tech lab as he will complete his wall off with 2 Marines out and 2 more on the way. Though he is supply blocked at this exact moment, he's going to need to get a supply depot down to keep building. The aggression only works if you have another supply depot, and he will be getting one from the wall off. But it will be a long time that J-Rome will sit here on 19 supply. Meanwhile, I try to get cheeky and slap down the command center, thinking, hey, maybe I can do the old fancy planetary fortress build / drop, but it's not going to work. So that's fine, I got tons of money in the bank, no big deal there. I see J-Rome's next supply depot, so he is alleviating that supply block quickly, and this SCV is not long for the world, as he will be taken down as he tries to find a way out. Oh, SCV, unfortunately, that's a dead end. That was not a good idea, SCV. That was not a good idea at all. Oh, you poor SCV. Poor guy. Meanwhile, back at home, I've got my tech lab underway, and it is done for the second barracks. I have the tech lab on my factory almost done, and the starport is rocking and rolling here. So I'm wasting no time climbing up the tech tree, getting that starport and a missile church to defend against it. So here comes my Marines, trying and counter J-Rome's early, what would seem to be a setup for early aggression, or at least Marine spam. I'm making sure he's got nothing else in the way of proxies before I head out and try to attack this base here. Look at the supplies. Arm supply is 9 to 8. J-Rome has 1 extra Marine on the field, although our worker supplies, I have 1 extra worker, so it's actually even 27 to 27, and I am the one currently supply blocked. While J-Rome, 2 factories being built here simultaneously. He is going up that tech tree. Double this, double that. This is a great attack here for J-Rome. He will defend this easily. The entire army taking down, no losses whatsoever. The units lost tab here. Yeah, 2 to 7, that did not go well. That's not what you call a good engagement, and J-Rome will happily take that defense, taking an army lead. That's not what you call fun times. However, I have the reactor done on my tech lab. The reactor done on my starport. Yeah, reactor on a tech lab, that would be interesting. Or as that's also known, single-player StarCraft. The factory is churning out its first siege tank to try and counter the heavy Marine presence here. as I wait for that 100 Vespene gas to start my stim packs. There they go. No expansion here. I had the minerals in the bank, didn't expand. I think we can think is safely the first lesson here to be learned. When you got that money on the bank, get the expansion done sooner than later. However, speaking of pushing out here, Jerome wants to counter his migration, some of his own. Unfortunately, the siege tank is ready. You do not want to walk up the hill. No, Jerome! Oh, Jerome, you done goof. Kaboom! Oh, that poor Marine never stood a chance. The siege tank completely shutting down Jerome's advance. That aggression has been truly blunted, and the remnants of the army hightail at home, knowing they do not want to go toe-to-toe with a siege tank. Jerome, however, has made his expansion here with a solid wall and defense. So this is a safe expansion to take, and he will indeed get his second base up and running. I, however, have not done the same, though I do have 2 medevacs on the way. This, however, looks like the SCV who's been tasked to finally... There it is, so my expansion at the 9-minute mark, very delayed. Jerome is actually complete, and he has an orbital on the way before I even think about my first one. However, I've got the siege tank. I am going to be going to town on these Marines, and Jerome's entire defensive structure has been taken down. Going now for the supply depots to cut open the front door, try and cut into his supply. The reactor put down to slow his wave of reinforcements. This is going to be key if we can get this barracks down before it builds. It's going to be massive, and yes, down goes the barracks. That's going to shut down Jerome's attempt to reinforce. In fact, he will cancel his Marines and lift off. He wants nothing to do with this. However, Jerome has seen my siege tanks and raises his own siege tanks. Sieging up on the high ground. His orbital, however, will be forced to lift off, and the expansion will unfortunately get, I believe, 0 mining done here, as the army gets a little too close to those siege tanks. And Jerome has successfully defended his main base, though I will be able to sit here and try and stop that expansion from doing any mining whatsoever back at the main base, or my base, I should say. My expansion is almost complete at the natural. However, I need to alleviate my supply block here, and I have the SCVs now scrambling to get that done. Sure enough, there's the command center. I have a Hellion on the way here. I was thinking a counter to Mass Marine. I don't think that's necessary now with these siege tanks on the high ground. It's going to be mech versus mech. Oh, Jerome has his own Hellions as well here as he reestablishes his barracks. 1, 2 barracks, 3, 4 barracks on the way for Jerome. He's got a reactor coming from one of them. No tech lab. You'd think stim would, or at least combat shields would be a great idea to try and counter what I have. But here's a fun part. Widow Mine! And Widow Mine, as we know, are perhaps the most fun Terran unit in the game, perhaps next to a fully energied up Raven. Boom! Take that, expansion. That ought to keep things going well. However, Jerome has Infernal Pre-Igniter on the way. He wants to try and counter my bio up close and personal. This is actually a good call by Jerome. He knows I've got bio, he's got siege tanks, he's got Hellion. This is not a bad idea. Unfortunately, he does not have missile turrets. And I will just fly right over top with this Hellion. I'm going to get a free... Oh, you poor mules. Oh, the poor mules. Jerome will actually see this and bring his own Hellions back. But actually, I don't think I killed anything whatsoever there. But it does at least tell Jerome that I am willing to dance here. I am willing to play the dancey dance game. Hellion took a bit of chip damage there. Marauder's now on the way for Jerome. He finally has a tech lab. 2 tech labs, actually. As he will now, I assume, get stim. Yes, all his tech is on the way now. Just concussive shells, actually. I assume this is to rebalance and get the stim going another one. No, he's just going with concussive shells. He's got the money. Oh, he's doing stim last. All right, definitely perhaps would have gone with the stim first. Jerome thinking he needs that concussive upgrade before all others. We'll see if that pays off. Meanwhile, I am getting my 3rd barracks here. 2nd factory is done with its own tech lab. 2 more starports as well as I cut into my bank of resources to try and get more units onto the fields. Orbital is done at my naturals. I am now mining. Quick look here at the mining income here. Yeah, 1240 to 800, and it's just going up. The more mules, the more units go on the field, or the more miners I have working. That number is just skyrocketing. Gas is about even, as I haven't done much with gas. Just the 1 SCV at the expansion, that could definitely be improved, and probably will be. More importantly, the mineral count is where it's at, and that's going to make my life a lot easier. I do have a Viking on the field now to try and counter anything that might be in the air, maybe medevacs and Jerome's. He does indeed have a starport going at the back here with a reactor. 2nd starport queued up, so he is going to be trying to get something, I would imagine, perhaps dropships, maybe a Viking play of his own. 1st engineering bay is almost done. 2nd will be on the way soon. I assume this would be for upgrades and for the all-important missile turrets. However, this is important for Jerome. He is he is fully saturated here and madly running out of minerals as I scan to take a look at the base. Nothing there that I can see. Here comes Jerome. He knows he's got to break out here. I have a very light contain going, very light. But he knows he needs to get here. If he has any hope of staying in this match, he needs to take this back. This Widow Mine, the Widow Mine is buried. That's 2 Widow Mines on the field now as my own Widow Mine is sieging up. And this is a battle of siege mines as they try to get that poke. I'm going to go for it here. This might not be the best idea. It does take down the 1 siege tank. I take quite a few losses there. More importantly, the Widow Mines have been given a little bit of a breather. They will continue to deny any sort of mining to take place at this natural base. That's going to hurt Jerome. He is 30 SCVs. So many SCVs, Jerome. You've overdone it here. Only 12. Only 4 mineral patches left. I've hit my supply block. Jerome has the same supply cap, but he's not hit block yet. He's actually massively running out of materials here. I have a Raven on the way. Oh, sorry, Jerome has a Raven on the way. He wants to take care of these Widow Mines. I can't blame him. However, I have a Viking here to deal with just such an incident as the medevacs are there to top up the slightly wounded bio. Jerome, he's running out of options here. He's got more medevacs on the way, another Marauder and another Raven. Level 1 weapons also on the way for Jerome. Good idea. However, I am taking my 3rd base, cutting into my massive bank of everything. As I do have a single Banshee queued up, but not able to do anything because I am supply capped. How long will it take me to notice that I am supply blocked? You would think I would know after all these episodes in Silver League what to do when I hit supply block. Jerome tries to walk out the front door, can't do it. This might be a bait. Oh, it's a good pickup there. 1 Widow Mine taking down 1 Marauder. Good trade there for Jerome as he baits out 1 Widow Mine hit. There it is. The Raven trying to chip down the Widow Mine. And out comes Jerome for another push. However, I'm going to stop the bio ball down the middle with my own counter. And that's the GG, says Jerome. He's out of minerals, he's out of resources, and his army has been punched down. GG, perhaps a superior army for Jerome, but the problem is he completely ran out of resources and had no way to bust through even this light contain. So I would say I learned that even a slight contain to deny your opponent the ability to mine can be a good thing, but I have to be very careful not to allow myself to be supply blocked. Just another lesson that I have learned during my life in Silver League. My name is Rituro. Thank you all for watching this episode, and we'll see you next time.